fellow dragons. Alright, so since I'm hoping y'all took breaks, since this is a long series and episodes can get pretty long, last time Mikoto chose to go off and not be paired with anyone. Sakuya decided, hey, Sorata, follow her around, make sure she's okay and not constantly alone so that people don't think she's sus. And Masamune acted very sus, like usual, except this time someone actually fucking noticed besides Sorata. This time Mikoto actually has noticed, because she's not being distracted by Sakuya and Itsuki's bullshit. So, hold on. The little thing I've got my computer sitting on right now, there we go. The headphones are now on top of the leg of that instead of going under it. Might not seem like a big deal, but since the thing rolls, it's kind of important. If it gets run over by one of the wheels, it will unplug and then I will have problems. Not that the microphone's all that powerful. I think something got fucked up in the wiring pretty quickly. It was not an expensive headset anyway, and I could get another one of the exact same one on clearance at my work for really easy. Because they were supposed to be a holiday only thing 2 years ago, and we never completely sold out of them. But yeah, Mikoto has now started to notice that Masamune is sus. And is about to start jumping to some conclusions. And I don't know if this is the episode where the thing happens or not, fellow dragons. Talia? Oh, you mean Masamune-san? I think he's a super nice person. Koharu? As Senri and Masamune have both pointed out in their routes, because I did those before, and this is only a minor spoiler. You say that to about everyone. Like, you've said that about everyone on the ship except for Ron. And even then, you're like, well, Heishikan says he's a nice person, which means fuck all. Anything odd? No, not particularly. Oh, he has been saying that he's been getting headaches a whole lot more lately. Maybe he's caught a cold. It didn't tell us who's paired with who for this one, unlike others. I'm pretty sure that this time it's another instance of... I think it's one of the situations of Koharu being paired with Masamune. I think. Masamune, huh? He's really useful to have around. Huh? Other than that, nothing strikes me, no. Yeah, right here. It's kind of nice, I guess, but he never really does anything. He never does anything when you really need him. Just the other day, when Yuiga dragged me out of my room for absolutely no reason whatsoever, he didn't lift a finger to stop him. Then there's Otomaru, who won't stop talking in my fucking head. Shikuri, who keeps glaring at me for even the tiniest things. And Shiranui insists on trying to make me eat the... Oh, crap. There's the yawns again. Damn it, I need some laughs to get rid of these yawns. I didn't yawn all that much last episode because, I was so out of breath from laughing. And Shiranui insists on trying to make me eat those ungodly culinary travesties. I'm so sick of it. I'm sick of this ship. I want to leave. Hey, he has a door this time. The more I hear, the more I start to pity that bastard. We have been traveling for ages, yet we never seem to get any closer to our destination. Then there was his suspicious response to an admittedly poor rendition of the man who attacked us. It looked like Masamune was a traitor, or at the very least was actively defying the world's will. Having come to that conclusion, Sorata and I began a more in-depth investigation into what sort of man he was, but this will not be easy. Are you okay? You look kind of tired. Yes, I'm fine. You don't have to say anything, but let us know next time so we can help you, okay? Koharu, too close. Should I tell her my theory, as disturbing as it is? I'm not sure. No, if I did, it would only I would only upset her unnecessarily. I'll be right back, fellow dragons. I'm gonna go grab something from the other room. Yep, she's paired with Masamune this time. Read this line and then go. She seems quite fond of Masamune, and I currently have no proof of my hypothesis. I cannot erode her trust in him like that. Maybe you should. Definitely do so. Stay safe. Sorry about the crunching, fellow dragons. I don't know why I still wear the headphones. I'm not even using the microphone part of them, and yeah. But the crunching was cucumber because honestly, I started recording this shortly after I woke up. I was going to play Final Fantasy 16, but my PS5 does not have enough space on the hard drive for it. And I have to buy an external hard drive for it. Because the stuff that I've got currently installed, uninstalling, like, I'm either the ones I'm not actively using would not make a difference. And the ones that I am actively using, kind of a problem. I mean, I could uninstall Final Fantasy 15 and immediately have more than enough space. But recording that on the PS4 is a pain in the ass, even though I do prefer playing it on the PS4. So if you hear crunching, that's cucumbers. Because I need something. I just woke up, so proper food is not ready, not a thing I should do yet. My body will not allow it. I have to be awake for at least an hour before my body starts properly craving food. And it hasn't quite been that yet, but it's gonna hit that while I'm recording, so quick snack. Okay, so I already read that before I went to get the soda and the cucumbers. No one will be happy if she were to lose her smile. Then maybe people would start being sus, or people would go after Masamune for his sus dumb ass, and you get answers sooner. Be like, look, y'all, it's like, hey, he'd go to the world, because he is not, in fact, a, traitor. He's just sus as fuck, because they keep having him do sus things. Everyone's decided that I'm the traitor now. Can we please give them enough information about, can I please tell them about something about the actual nature of our journey, that we have to go slower and make stops for a specific reason. There's a decision that all the Espers will need to make, and we have to have a strong enough bond, and that's why it's going so slowly. Can I at least tell them that? And can I tell them that we're not actually going to be split up, because that's kind of hindering the whole bond thing. Like, just those two things. He doesn't need to give any other details. Just getting the authorization to give that information, or dragging the person that actually acts as the world, and I say person because person, sort of. It meets my standards for what makes a person. Again, my standards for what makes a person are higher than what my boyfriend's standards are. Because, like, crazy Karens that you deal with in a retail establishment, they're not people. Anyone that would treat a retail employee like shit for being a retail employee is not people. And there's a bit more to it than that, but that is like the baseline. Like, if you treat retail employees like shit, you are not a person. It doesn't matter where in the world you live. Because people treat retail employees like shit all over the damn globe. So hey, corporations aren't people. So, the frickin' Supreme Court can suck it on that. Because they actively treat retail... In fact, the Supreme Court isn't people either. Because they allowed that decision. Which allows corporations to treat retail employees like less than human. I sure hope that my edit dragons which I think Laura is supposed to be the one editing the episode, or was it Katri? Usually those two are the ones that edit. They're all me, though, so it's fine. It doesn't matter. I sure hope the version of me that's gonna edit stuff doesn't decide to edit out the rant I had about the weird semi-unprompted rant I had last episode in relation to one of my surviving grandparents saying something absolutely horrible to me repeatedly, when she's the one who made the mistake of asking about work and me saying I need to find a job that treats me like I'm a human instead of like I'm less than human. And then her saying horrible ableist stuff, and then me having to be like, well, they're not just treating me like that, they're also treating my coworkers like that, and that's not right either. And that's not going to change, especially not in this industry, without laws changing. So I need to get out of the industry entirely. I'm trying to do that, but it's kind of hard. And I need to still be in the industry to make money while I do work on my plan to get out of that industry. Retail is horrible. Attempts to explain multiple times, and then she pushed me too far. I made ageist comments. I made a more detailed rant about that last episode. The Dragons might edit that out, because they might decide it's too personal. So if they did, you have an abridged version. But yeah, Mikoto-chan, about Masamune-san, are you... No, of course not. I'm terribly sorry if I've given you the wrong impression. Really? Of course, I only asked about Masamune to, make small talk, that's it. I don't believe you. Shut up and butt out already. Okay, so Akito is probably paired with Nanami, because I think this scene here between these two happens in the Akito route. I'm not entirely sure. But I'm also pretty sure that in the Akito route, Mikoto does choose to not pair up with anyone. Because there's a very specific scene in there that I very much remember involving Nanami using a kunai for something and being like, oh cool, Barrier's still here, Mikoto's alive. Spoiler alert for the Akito route, which I'll be playing next, because that's the last one I have after this one. But y'all could have already watched that one, because they're all up now. Maybe don't watch Ron's route. Come on, man. You can't expect me to sit back and watch you yell at a lady. A man is supposed to be kind and considerate to ladies at all times. Sounds fake, but okay. As someone that... This is gonna trigger another rant, but, my mom's cousin, after my mom died, was going through stuff that, like, in attempts to help. Like, she was helping me go through stuff that I was not ready to sort through. Which it was stuff that didn't really need to properly be sorted through. It was pretty much, like, she was going through stuff that and helping with stuff that I didn't even need help with. and I let her because she needed to feel helpful. And instead, she ended up making things worse in another way and condescending me and treating me like I was incapable of taking care of myself, which crossed several lines. And during the course of her going through things, she found one of my late uncle's knives, one of his pocket knives, and she wanted to throw it away because it was something that a lady should not have. And she thankfully she stopped and thought for a second because it is a useful thing, and gave that to my boyfriend, who turned around when the second she was gone and gave it to me and explained what had happened. I'm pretty sure I still have that knife somewhere. I just don't know where it went. But it's just what? That's just, what the fuck? And this was before I had come to the realization, this was back when I was still 28. This was before I had come to the realization of being non-binary. In fact, I might have still been 27. I think the year that I turned 28, was my, I think my 28th birthday was the first birthday I had after my mom died, but I'm gonna have to go back and check stuff. I'm 31 now. I did not upload anything for my birthday like I had planned to. Oh wait, no I did. That's right. Potion craft. Okay, never mind. I did. The thing I had originally planned, just the footage got lost and now I've found it. But yeah. Like, assuming that a lady has to be some way and a man has to be another way, it doesn't matter which one it's condescending towards, it's horrible and stupid and I hate it. Saying that one gender has to be one way and another gender has to be another way. There are plenty of cisgendered people, both men and women, that don't necessarily fit into the boxes of what society and what media is trying to say. This is what a man has to be and this is what a woman has to be. But they're cisgendered. They identify as the gender they were born as, and they don't fit into that box. And that's where the phrases toxic masculinity and toxic femininity have come from. Although you only really hear about toxic masculinity because it is more commonly seen, even though both are very present everywhere. And neither is good. Just let people be themselves, damn it. Don't try to put people in your box of what is masculine and what is feminine. That's what makes a woman is a combination between what makes a woman depends. And what makes a man depends. It's neurological wiring. If you're neurologically wired in a way that you are a woman, then you're a woman. If you're neurologically wired in a way that you're a man, you're a man. If your genitals happened to match at birth, great. You have you are dealing with something less complicated than some others. If you're like me and you aren't wired as either one or both, then whether you're more masculine or more feminine at times depends on what your brain feels like doing at any given moment. You got a lot more navigating. I feel ya. I didn't figure this aspect of myself out until I was fucking 28. And even then, still figuring it out. It took till 30 to realize that I don't really actually give any fucks about my pronouns. Whatsoever. Zero fucks. I use they, them for myself. Don't give a fuck about what other people use for me. Itsuki, how dare you trigger this rant? We just finished another rant earlier. Stop it. It ain't just Shiranui I'm pissed at. I'm yelling at that damn blabbermouth who can't keep his damn thoughts crammed inside his own damn head, too. Hey man, not cool. You know I can't help it. I'm trying. I know why you're upset with me. It's fair. It's very fair. Looks like those four are up to no good again. Makoto was angry at Heishi and Nanami again. This was quickly becoming a common event. I'm sure it was the same reason as usual. What did you two attempt to cook this time? Cookies. Ah. Well, I mean, that's still kind of in character for Sorata. That sounds awfully mundane for the two of you. How did you mess it up this time? We didn't break anything, though we did use up all the eggs. Wait, we just went shopping for supplies like 2 days ago. That sounds like a legitimate reason to be mad. And so Itsuki, who was friends with both of them, stepped in to play mediator. I'm not so sure that is a role that suits him all that well, though. No. Itsuki? No, everyone needs to be on Akito's side with this, otherwise they won't fucking stop. Also, you triggered a rant from me a minute ago. I'm mad at you. A longer rant, too. Come on, Aki. It was an honest mistake. Cut them some slack, okay? Ugh, stop giving me that stupid... Stop calling me that stupid nickname. It gives me damn chills. Jeez, you don't have to be so mean about it, Aki. Besides, I think it sounds cute. I mean, Hei and Masa have nicknames too. Still haven't thought of one for Kakeru, though. I don't think that fucker deserves one. It doesn't sound cute. It makes me sound like some kind of wimp. Knock it off, you prissy dweeb. Okay, Akito, cool it with the toxic masculinity, you piece of shit. Itsuki doesn't take toxic masculinity lying down, apparently. Really? To be honest, I think it fits you perfectly, Mr. Hyoko's make me cower in fear, Aki. Oh, no. Did you just call me a coward? If you've got a problem with it, how about you use your powers to shut me up, eh? I'd love to see what it is you can do. Powers, Gold Knuckle Sandwich is more than enough for you. Mikoto, you sure we shouldn't try to stop them? Ugh, this is why I cannot stand hot-headed men. That's sexist too, Mikoto. Women can be hot-headed too. You are one of them, in fact. I'm quick to anger as well, I just keep it inside. Most of the time. But I also stopped, letting myself, like, if I get legit angry, I keep it inside. And until I can calm down. But that's just something that I've had to learn to do, because me reacting to bullies in any way, shape, or form, no matter how pissed I got, because none of them ever crossed the line into hitting me. The rule that my dad had given me was I'm not allowed to get into fights unless someone hits me first. And I'm supposed to initially try blocking before I actually went into counterattack. Give them a chance to realize their mistakes and back off. Because if a teacher walks up and all I'm doing is blocking, then only the other person gets in trouble. And I should only fight back as a last resort. It never even got into me having to block. But, like, reacting at all didn't make them stop. And it didn't make it ended up just making it worse, and they realized as long as they didn't cross certain lines, they'd be fine. Until I reached a point of knowing where all the few cameras in the school were, because there weren't many at the time, and knowing who the teachers that no one wanted to piss off were, because they were the ones that were actually good teachers and everyone liked them, even the bullies. But those teachers would not actually tolerate bullying like the rest of them. Several would say they didn't tolerate bullying, but then they would also not do jack shit when they saw it. And I had several of those teachers. Unless someone made them do something and they would get in trouble for not doing something, then they wouldn't do anything. I would just casually make it so that place myself in spots where either the teachers that were good and liked their job and were the good teachers and the fun teachers that no one wanted to piss off, I would place myself where they would see, and they did do stuff. They didn't tolerate bullying. So the bullies would get caught by the good teachers, or just happened to be so stupid that they were right next to a fucking counselor, because I would place myself in that spot, because I'd see the counselor who legally has to do something. Even if the school doesn't want them to, ethically speaking, they have to, or they lose their license. Like, when a student tells them they don't technically have to, they can just be like, well, this could be a he said, she said, or she said, or he said, depending on the gender of the bullies. So they can just be like, well, we're gonna talk it out, and we're not actually gonna do anything, because the bullies are gonna deny it. But if they actually witness it themselves, they have to do something. So, I placed myself where a counselor would see, and they'd have to do something. And one time I was right next to the bus. I'm like, yeah, no, this is an everyday thing. They do this on the bus all the time. I think they forgot about the camera. And they're like, yeah, we can pull the camera from the bus. And, like, suddenly, no one was calling me the name they were calling me again that they called me in front of the counselor. and people would slowly stop bullying me as they started to realize bullying me was cursed. They would just get in trouble and I wouldn't have to do or say anything. I wouldn't tell it on them. So they couldn't even be mad at me for that. But they didn't, because they didn't know that I was putting them in positions where they would get themselves in trouble. And so, like, everyone be careful when you ask anyone that's ever been bullied. If one of your bullies goes through the line at, like, or you're ever out and about somewhere and one of the people that bullied you recognizes you and just tries to approach you in a friendly way, the best response is, when they ask if you remember them, say, "Should I remember you?" Because the only people I remember were my friends and people that actively bullied me and were the worst scum of society. I don't remember us being friends. So tell me, should I remember you? And it has to be loud enough that people around can hear. If you're in line at the checkout just waiting, like, or if you're like me and stuck behind the counter because, like, and people ask that, you can, like, they often don't know what to do because they don't want to make themselves look bad. And it gives them an out to not out themselves and be like, oh, no, maybe I recognized you as, maybe I was mistaking you for a different classmate, or, yeah, or maybe they can, like, or like, no, that, you're right, we were just classmates a bit, there's no reason for you to remember me. But yeah, let's stop the annoying punching sounds. Akito had a temper. The Akito had a temper was obvious just from looking at him. Itsuki seemed to be easygoing at first glance, but his fuse was a short one. In fact, he might be the bigger problem of the two, as there was no telling what might trigger his lightning-quick temper. I can tell you right now, toxic masculinity triggers him pretty damn quick. People fucking with people he cares about triggers him quickly. And, people saying insensitive shit about his dead sister. Spoiler alert, Itsuki has a dead sister. Now, honestly, Itsuki was indeed asking for it, because he doesn't know he's legit triggering Akito's trauma and making fun of it with the whole Hyoko thing. That is legit PTSD right there on Akito's part. His fear of Hyoko's comes from PTSD, and it's not just them, it's all birds. He legit has a phobia of birds due to PTSD. Spoiler alert for Akito's route. I'm sorry, I have to reveal his trauma now. I've managed to avoid it through all the other routes. But right here, Itsuki was basically making fun of Akito's PTSD. And that ain't cool, man. You didn't know you were doing it, but that ain't cool. Oh my gosh, it's still punching. Whoa, Itsuki, Akito, what you getting in a fight for? Calm down, both of you. Shut up, you brat. Hey, I'm no brat. I'm older than you, Akito. Back off, hey. You'll just get in the way. What? Oh, that does it. Now you're both asking for it. That is enough, all of you. Cease this bickering at once. How am I supposed to force them to stop? My powers will not be effective. Just make a wall between all of them. Ah, Ron, please do something about this. Ron? Muraboshi is asleep. I doubt any of this will wake him up. Ugh, are there any useful elders on this ship? Kaya right now, all of you. Masamune? I don't know what started this, but fighting is strictly forbidden aboard this ship. Masamune's shout got everyone's attention. Well done, Masamune. At least there's someone sensible around here we can rely on. It's these two idiots' fault. They ruined all the eggs. They ruined the eggs. Heishi, don't tell me you two did it again. We literally just resupplied. Well, we didn't want to ruin them. We ran out of the cookies that always seem to be around in the kitchen, so we were gonna make some more. Itsuki, don't take their side. They need to learn. Yeah, and who's gonna cry over a few eggs going missing? Who cares, right, Masa? No, the eggs being ruined are a serious thing. They're nutritious and easy to prepare. What? So you're saying it's okay to chew people out over a few eggs? What about that no fighting policy you just talked about? That isn't what I meant. Chewing someone out is not the same as fighting. See there, Aki. Masa agrees with me. Anyone who whines about a few stupid eggs is a sissy who's afraid of harmless Hyokos. Itsuki! Stop making fun of his trauma! He doesn't know, but you are purposely poking at his toxic masculinity because he directed it at you. I get that you're pissed about that. You don't like having people direct toxic masculine ideas in your direction. You just like doing you. And you won't take it if people pull that shit. So you'll throw their own toxic masculinity right back at them. But that's not okay. Especially since you're like, oh hey, he has a very easy to exploit phobia. Not even thinking about like, wait, where does this phobia come from? This one might have a reason. What the fuck do you say, bitch? I can't believe it. You two are starting this again? Whoa, enough. Stop it right now, both of you. I mean it. Stop. Hey. This time, Masamune's attempt to restore order fell upon deaf ears. Apparently, he was not enough to stop the hotheads on his own. Nope. Nope, none of this. Gah! Damn it! Too tight, too tight. Come on, guys, cut it out. You're scaring poor Koharu. Sorry, man. I won't do it again. Promise. Now, please, let me go. Please. Yeah, you say that every time. It hasn't seemed to stop you yet. I'm thinking that today you guys need some harsher punishment. Kakeru, wait. If you're looking for a punishment, hanging is best. Damn it, Nanami, don't. Damn it, Itsuki. I'm not saying that one. Upsy daisy. The vines wound together into a thick trunk, dragging all three high up towards the ceiling. Gah! Damn it, put me down. Oh no! Now that's cruel. Nanami, you should be up there with them. You should not be allowed to cook. Hey, you were the one who suggested hanging in the first place. I didn't say anything about upside down. Oh, now that was scary. Itsuki, how'd you get loose? Struggled like a man faced with death, really. I mean that. I'd seriously rather die than look pathetic with women present. But never mind me. Are you sure Mas is okay? He hasn't made so much of as a peep. Oh no. Huh? Huh? Masamune was in that mess. Uh-oh, I might have squeezed him a little too hard. Let him down this instant! Masamune-san, are you okay? Yeah. Whoops, my control must have slipped for a minute. Can't believe I let that happen. Kakeru! Kakeru-kun? I'm mad at you. I'm not going to say it, I'm just going to glare. Yeah, sorry about that, Masamune. That was my fault. No, it's okay. I know you didn't do it on purpose. It's Kakeru. He super did. Yikes. You really are mad, aren't you, Koharu? Sorry? Yeah, sorry. We kind of let that get out of hand, didn't we? Wow, Koharu, when did you learn that trick? Trick? What trick? Nothing. Never mind. So, she's doing it unconsciously. Impressive. Sheesh, if apologizing comes so easily to you lot, Akito exempted, why not just do so from the start? They're not bad people at heart. None of the espers on board are, really. You gotta know your limits, Masamune. You can't just jump into a fight between a bunch of guys and try to stop them all by yourself. I know I'm the big and clumsy type, and thanks for the concern, but I'm alright. Except I might have a broken rib from the shit Kakira pulled. Masamune smiled at Sorata like everything that he had just been through was nothing. Oh shit. This is supposed to be Mikoto's internal monologue. Shit. Oh well. Now that I thought about it, Masamune always showed up to intervene whenever a fight was brewing, and usually ended up worse for wear. There's being a kind person, and there's being too nice for your own good. No, Masamune could not be the traitor. I do not wish to even think that he could be. The more I came to know everyone on this ship, the more tiring it became to try and doubt them. Everyone here is an esper. If any of us decided to fight for real, who knows what could happen. Be more careful next time. Yeah, I know, thanks, but I need to do it. It's my duty. Huh? You were tasked with this. Gah, look at the time. I have to go give my report to the world. If you guys can't stop fighting, I'll have to report you too. Ah, yikes, that's the last thing I need. Hey, Masamune's leaving, yo. Aren't you going to go after him? No, it would be wrong of me to stand around and eavesdrop on his talk with the world. I was unaware that he was assigned a duty. What is it, stopping fights? I do not recall any of us nominating him for that job. Perhaps those are orders from the world. Masamune is supposed to be our connection with that organization, or whatever you call the world, right? Why'd he get that job? Perhaps because he's one of the elders. Perhaps? That sounds pretty vague to me. That's because I do not know the exact reason. He was here when I first came aboard, and he already held the post. Yeesh, is it me, or are you guys really just winging this whole thing? At first, I thought Kakira had the same job Masamune does. Huh? That's true. That is true. Why is that Masamune's job? Kakeru seems like he'd be a better fit. Ow, my head hurts. So, is Masamune the only one of you guys who can talk to the world? Communicating with the world. I've never even imagined doing anything like that. The world, vast and sprawling as it was, it was the force that guided and held together the leaders of every nation. Nah. It was so big, so omnipresent, that when asked what exactly it was, most people would have a hard time giving the correct answer. No, rather because it was so huge, there were many correct answers to the question. The world was big enough to be all those things. With such an enormous presence involved, I must have stopped thinking rationally. Things I would never normally question did not even register until Sorata pointed them out to me. It was simply more convenient to not think about things that were hard to comprehend. And this is how corrupt people end up in political power, everyone. If you don't think and just blindly follow, like, oh, this person has the stupid little D next to their name, or this person has the stupid little R next to their name, and vote based on that, then you are enabling corruption. And if you just blindly follow what a politician says without doing more research into their voting history at the very least, then you are enabling corruption. If you aren't fighting for transparency in the donations that politicians receive, trying to fight to have the laws changed so that 501c4s have to disclose all donors, and there can be no secret donations to any political entity, then you are enabling corruption. That is webcomics. Meh. Convenient. Convenient for whom? Mikoto, are you okay? You look pale. It's early, but maybe you should go and rest. For some reason, I felt like I had peeked behind a curtain that I should not have. A wave of uncertainty nearly made me stumble. I desperately wanted something to cling to, but what? I know that right now I am not strong enough, but I have to use my barriers to protect the people. Yet, who am I supposed to be fighting? Which people am I supposed to protect? These tears just will not stop. I'm not going to fake cry. Why is my life suddenly filled with so many things I do not understand? Because you're now actually trying to pay attention to what's going on around you and seeing the problems and corruption. What am I supposed to do? First Hyoko channel of the route, fellow dragons. I think it usually happens twice around. Alright, what we got? Nanami's group. About this much sugar? Hey, that's an entire bag based on the sound effect. It's my job to fillet the fish. Damn it, you guys. Stop wasting all of our supplies. Who let you two in here? What are you all doing? They're making tonight's dinner. And what are you doing? Supervising. Get out of here. This isn't some kind of play area for you damn knuckleheads. May I get a short interview? Go. Ah, it's Hyoko. What's up? I was hoping to conduct an interview. Peep. Do you all get along well? Peep. Peep. Yep, isn't it obvious by looking at us? Peep, so far, all I've seen was everyone making Shikuri furious. Bird, stay away. What do you think, Shikuri? Go. So which is it, Bird, stay away. Please answer the question. Go. Hold on, this interview isn't over yet. Bird, you triggered his trauma. Oh, does that Hyoko know that Akito is terrified of it? What a sadistic little Hyoko. How disgraceful flinging an interview due to Hyoko. Okay, guys, it's PTSD. He can't fucking help it. He tried for as long as he could. Morning already? Oh shit, yawn. I need to continue my investigation. But I do not want to be awake yet. Mikoto? Hello? Mikoto, are you okay? Did something happen to the miss? She isn't coming out of her room. I hear she hasn't eaten all day today either. Okay, that's mean. I get that Senri's the recluse, guys, but don't be mean to him. That's not gonna help resolve his trauma and help him come out. Really? No way! Hey, miss, you practicing your Senri impression or something? I think Keishi's accent is starting to rub off on me. Sounds like it. My head hurt, my hair was a disaster, I had just finished a long cry, so I knew my face would be a mess as well. On top of that, my throat felt scratchy too. I certainly was not going to go out and let anyone see me like this. I do not wish to talk to anyone right now. Please, just leave. Huh, maybe she's still asleep. Did I ever mention that an old friend of mine happened to be a thief? He taught me how to pick all kinds of locks. Itsuki, are you a D&D character by any chance? I could have this thing open in under 5 minutes. Really now, that is an interesting skill. If you are so confident, why don't you try opening it? What? You'd let me? You don't care that I'm about to try to bust into a lady's room? We've both called out for her multiple times, yet she still hasn't come out. It's possible she's collapsed and can't get up. Alternately, she could have been in bed crying her eyes out, hair disaster, face a mess, and her throat all scratchy. It's definitely one or the other. It would be terrible if it was the former. You've got that right. It'd be terrible if she fell down and couldn't get up. And since Sakuya himself has given me permission, I'd better... Ah, there she is. Perfectly dressed, too. Not one hair out of place or a button askew. Boo, nothing for me to make fun of. Of course, I am not anywhere near so slovenly a person as to still be in bed at this hour of the day. Mikoto? Has anyone explained to you what some of the possible symptoms of depression are? One, because I think you might have some. And two, because even if you don't, you are insulting people that do have depression and have difficulty dragging themselves out of bed during a severe depressive episode. You're insulting me specifically in this instance. Because I am one of the people that has those problems. Everyone's symptoms are different. It affects people in some way, some people in different ways than it can affect different people in different ways. But for me specifically, a severe depressive episode makes me physically sick. As if I had a cold, except for no fucking fever. And no runny nose or anything, just all the pain and body aches that I get when I feel like I'm getting sick, and then nothing comes of it. I don't get better, and I don't get worse. It just goes on. So, this line has triggered me, fellow dragons. I'm pissed. Mikoto Kuga, the worst of the three girls, fellow dragons. And I would rather die than allow myself to be seen in that state. Grabs face. Is this the mouth spouting those lies, Go! Sakuya reached out and pinched my cheek. He gave a good hard tug for good measure, too. Ah! Sakuya, stop this instant! You're making me look ridiculous. Your pretty face is tugged all out of shape, miss. Here, let me help even you out. Gah! Both my cheeks were now mercilessly being tugged, and I let out an indignant, undignified squawk. No matter how I squirmed and batted at their hands, neither of them would let go. Ugh, what did I do to deserve this? You finally find lady friends your own age. Sort of. And yet you spend all day searching for the traitor, and then all night crying into your pillow. I was not crying! Geez, what a stubborn lady. I have to say, I'm not sure I like that type. I'm very glad to hear that. I didn't say I hated it either. Ow, they are both pinching even harder now. Mikoto, stop your search for the traitor. If you insist on continuing, I have a bad feeling something awful might happen. What? Sakuya, did you foresee it? What kind of awful? Will the traitor catch and kill her or something? I don't know, it's still only a premonition, nothing concrete. A premonition, huh? So, when you say that it's still only a premonition, does that mean that you're going to make a full-blown prediction later? God, I hope not. I muster all my strength and finally manage to smack both their hands away. My cheeks stung, and they were surely bright red, especially the one Sakuya had pinched. What on earth was all that for? How dare you? Both of you! I gave Sakuya my best glare. In response, he simply closed his mouth and gave me a sad look. When he gives me that puppy dog look, there is no way I can say anything else. I grabbed him by the arm and dragged him a few steps away from Itsuki, mindful to not let anyone hear what I whispered to him. Did you see my future? The future. It was not a guess or a hunch from Sakuya. What he saw was going to happen. That was his power. He could see the future. I only saw a brief instant. I told you to stop doing that. One might think it would be a very convenient, helpful thing to be able to see the events of the future. But apparently the only futures that Sakuya saw were the unpleasant ones. Sometimes they were so bad that I almost had to stop and wonder what the point of living was in the first place. I did not particularly want to see it, but I can't help it. What I see, and I cannot control when they happen. So the traitor will find me and kill me? I'm not going to tell you exactly what I saw. If I do, I have the feeling it will only make things worse. What'd you see, Sakuya? Besides, what I saw this time wasn't all that clear. The details were rather hazy. Then how can you say it has anything to do at all with my investigation? I will continue to do as I like, thank you. No, what you are doing now is harming you. I don't need to see the future to know that. I can see it happening right now in front of me. You've been pushing yourself far too much since that attack. You look as pale as a ghost. I am fine. Liar. I am not lying. You know I hate lies. I can tell, you know. I've been beside you for how many years now? You always cry when you're pushing yourself too hard. You try to take on far too much yourself. I do not! Stop making things up! Oh look, there's that incorrect information again. Once we reach our destination, we are going to be scattered across the globe. I wish you would stop and take the time we have left seriously. But what about the traitor? We cannot possibly just sit on our hands and ignore that he or she exists. You aren't the only one in the ship who can investigate. As I'm able, I'm looking into everyone's futures. What? But you hate doing that! It isn't a simple matter, but I'll find a way to make it work. I may start attempting to train my powers as you have done with yours. No! Looking into the future is painful for you, right? You only ever see terrible things. You mustn't do this. If you start seeing the future more and more, then... Alright. I'm sorry, Mikoto. Well, I mean... Sakuya's power isn't the only one that can look into stuff. Masamune could easily just go around and touch everyone and see their backstories. Spoiler alert. Masamune has the ability to see people's backstories. I've spoiled this almost every round. So the usual spoiler is in play now. And, the Dream Esper can do stuff. Yes, there is a Dream Esper. Spoiler alert, they exist. I will not say who, but we kinda already know, especially if you've played. Especially if you've either played or watched me play or watched someone else play any of the other routes. Alright, I'm sorry, Mikoto. I promise I won't try to look into the future. Now, you promise me that you'll pay more heed to my warning. Please stop this now and don't do anything dangerous. Hey, miss, Sorata's looking for you. Sorata, I wonder if he's discovered anything new. Mikoto. Sakuya gave me that sad, resigned look again. The only time he ever looked that way was when he was concerned about me. I know that I'm making him worry. But I am the one most fit for this task. I am the only one who has the power to resist that barbarian's attacks. I thought, and then I made up my mind. Sakuya, I am not nearly so weak as to need you to worry over me so much. I am fine. You should go and enjoy your journey aboard the ship. Mikoto. I think I said that in the Itsuki voice because I could not get it to do with the... I'm tired and I could not get it to do the Sakuya voice. Why is it... Give me a moment, fellow dragons. I will be right back. Fellow dragons, it is once again 80 degrees in my house, which is not the temperature it is supposed to be indoors, ever. I currently have my AC set to exactly 70 degrees. It is 10 degrees higher than what my AC is set. I just had that fucking thing repaired yesterday as of time of recording. And I recorded last episode yesterday, actually. So, in fact, I think I also recorded the end of Itsuki's route yesterday. In the fucking heat. I'm having a minor panic attack because if there's something else wrong with the AC, I already could barely afford what was, I could already barely afford what was repaired yesterday. I'm gonna wait and cry a bit. And then, I don't know, 'cause I have to work. And I can't, little bro, can't stay here and wait for the AC repair person because he got called into work. I'm right back to my life overwhelming me. I was just getting close to clawing myself back, both physically and emotionally. I had a plan to claw myself back. And now the air conditioner is making it impossible. Y'all don't need this. Let's continue the episode. Just know that, I'm gonna slightly be crying. Y'all might hear it in my voice. Hopefully this makes me, not cry. This is for the best. I am not wrong. I know I am not. Oh, girl, you are very wrong. And I must not let anyone else get caught up in this. They may be hurt. Then Masamune said the world is calling for him, so he went up to the roof. I think I should go and check on that, just to be sure. Talking with you has made me realize too many things here don't make sense. Something is obviously not right. but no one is noticing. They're all so oblivious. I almost have to wonder if they've been hypnotized. But now that you've noticed, and I can tell you're starting to think about it. I may not be able to do much myself, but I think I can at least be something of a help. Oh, one more thing. Could you please lend me the newspaper you bought the other day? There's something I wanted to check. Enough of this. Oh, that's ageist. We're back to this bullshit. I said it is enough. For a child, you do far too much thinking on too many complex topics. It is not endearing in the least. Mikoto, for an 18-year-old, you do not do nearly enough thinking on complex topics. In fact, none of the actual adults on the ship do not, either. What? You are to do no more investigating. I am hereby closing this case. Huh? What do you mean you're closing the case? Sakuya got to her. I mean that I will no longer search for the traitor. Bitch, we know you're lying and you're just gonna do it by yourself. And you're just all scared because you don't want to question your giant political body that tries to keep control over everything. But even it is not doing that great of the job at it, because it is just one being, and the scientists are all corrupt and not helping, because they have their own, like, hey, what if we used this method instead? Because they're all biased and assholes. I mean that I will no longer search for the traitor. What? Why? Because I'm a lady of the Kuga family. Why should someone with my pedigree have to tromp around and work like a common grunt? Oh, now you're really lying. Huh? What made you decide this all of a sudden? Up until yesterday, you were working so hard. You drew pictures, asked questions. Stop lying, you dumb bitch. That was merely a whim. I was bored with our journey and decided to entertain myself. You're lying. How many times must I tell you? I despise lies. I also detest having to repeat myself. Stupid. Mikoto, you're a dumbass. What? Well, you are. You finally realized things, but you're just trying to stick your head back into the sand. Which is not a thing that ostriches actually do, by the way. That's stupid. You're an idiot. Right, fine. So I'm stupid. Now be on your way. I have other things to do. Oh, yes, the newspaper. Go on and read it now if you like. I give you permission to enter my room. Oh, really? Well, I'll go make a total mess of it for you. You better not. If you do, you will see what I look like when I get really angry. So what? I may be a child, but even I'm not afraid of a weak little bitch for threatening me. Masamune went to the roof to speak with the world. I am no weakling. The roof is where I met that barbarian. I recalled the numbness in my hand after I blocked one of his attacks. Of the many times I've used my barriers, I have never felt anything like that before. It was not because I was untrained. I have honed my mind and body for years. There is nothing my barriers cannot protect. I can protect anything from everything. At least that is what I had thought. That man is far too dangerous. Something must be done about him, and quickly. Into the big satellite dish, probably? In the orb? In the orb with the slightly Norn-shaped satellite dish. The ship is called the Norn, by the way. That doesn't come up in many routes, but that is the ship's name. Odd, where's Masamune gone? The roof looked much as it always did. I looked across the broad expanse, but did not see signs of anyone else's presence. Oh wait, that's the staircase. Maybe inside the little dish up there. Searching every corner of this place is going to take some effort. If possible, I would like to speak to the world as well. If not, I will ask Masamune. All of what has happened must be brought to light. Oh! Oh, hey, what are you doing up here? Ron? The one guy I could not care less about, really. Ron was the least useful person out of everyone aboard the entire ship. He was always either sleeping or staring blankly off into space. Whatever happened, he was utterly disinterested. He was not interested in people either. He still did not even remember our names. Do not worry, I have not come up here to intrude upon your afternoon nap. Nah, I wasn't napping today. I wanted to talk with you, actually. Ron wants to talk to me. Perhaps later. I'm busy right now. Looking for someone? Like this guy, maybe. Ron pulled out the portrait of that barbarian I had drawn the other day. You found him? Yep. Why did it take so long for you to tell me? Wonderful, my portrait was not an utter waste of effort after all. Though this is entirely Ron's doing, I must thank him for that. Ron, Come on now, this way. Huh? Wait, is he on the ship right now? Ron said nothing and simply walked farther and farther across the roof. How far are we going? We're almost there. Should we call someone else? Nah, besides, we'll be fine. I mean, we've got you and your barriers, right? That is true. What was I thinking? If I asked anyone else to come, that would just be more people who might get hurt. Ron is in danger too, but without him I would not be able to find that barbarian. Ah, well, protecting one other person should not be trouble for someone of my skills. No. Ah, well, protecting one other person should not trouble someone with my skills too much. And here we are. He is here. Not quite yet. Hang on just a sec. He should be here soon. Huh? Honestly, I'm not all that interested in your barrier powers. Natsuhiko, though. Natsuhiko? Who is that? I noticed a sound, one I had not heard before. No, I do know this sound. It is... Aha, there he is. Ron? Ron's hand lashed out and grabbed me by the arm. With a quick tug, he yanked me close to him. If anyone were to see us at this moment, they would certainly mistake this for an embrace. Gotcha, honey. What are you doing? Ron smiled. It was the same lazy, lopsided smile as always. God, this song is annoying and loud. He leaned closer until I could see his eyes through the tinted lenses of his sunglasses. He's a real sadist, you know. Good luck. Huh? Bye-bye. I felt him shove me then. I was floating. In space. With nothing but air beneath me. My head pounded, needles of pain jabbed my ears. Wind whipped across my skin like knives. It hurts. I must put up a barrier. But how? Around what? Oh God. Somebody help me. That brainless moron. I knew it. This isn't the Taisho era I know. This isn't the past. I have to hurry and tell Mikoto. Did you get the present I sent? You idiot. What if I hadn't been on time? Did that thought ever even cross your mind? Well, you were. So what's it matter? Oh, there goes my phone. Let's check real quick. It might be an important thing. Nope, it's comics again. It's not even an update for a comic. It's a, hey, this comic is going to update later today because the person that created the comic likes to do that. And the sneak peeks, like, one frame of the next episode that's getting uploaded of the comic is, stupid. It's a stupid method. Just upload the thing. If it's gonna be within the same day, just upload the damn thing. If it's gonna be the following day, then it makes more sense. You're trying to raise hype. But within the same day, it's just an additional unnecessary interruption. You're not raising enough hype. You're just annoying people. Well, you were, so what's it matter? That does not make it okay, Ron. What do you care anyway? If she dies, so what? You wanted to kill off all the Espers anyway, right? Whatever. I know you had some interest in her powers. That's why I made sure to actually go and get her for you. Damn it, Ron! Why you gotta enjoy guns? I'll take a combat magnum as payment. Thanks. Oh, and none of this stainless steel crap, okay? The .50 caliber, if you don't mind. Where am I? What is this? My wrists were held together by some sort of interlocking metal rings. The center of the rings was attached to a metal chain that led to another ring in the wall. My head feels stuffy. I can barely think straight. What did I tell you, fellow dragons? Stockholm Syndrome route. It only took to the second episode to get here. Although it took most of the episode to do so. Finally awake, eh? I need to get a voice for him that's better. Answer me. Does anything hurt? Gah! Hey. Gah! Hey. Stop that. Stay back! Get your hands off of me! Damn it. Shut your mouth. No, let me go. Somebody help me, I'm scared. Listen up. If you don't do exactly as I say, I am fully prepared to kill you. Remember that. Where am I? My home. What is home? What on earth am I doing here? Bye-bye. Just flings her out the ship. I remember now. I nearly died. I started shivering, my teeth rattling. My entire life, I had never come so close to death as I had in that moment. But I could not really be more happy about surviving, because my present situation still looked dire. Yeah, you've been kidnapped, girl. I took a few deep breaths, expelling my nervous jitters with each steady exhale. Ron pushed me out the ship, and now I am here in this barbarian's house. That means Ron is the traitor. traitor. Is that what you guys decided to call him? Yeah, I guess you could say that. He's been pretty damn useless in that role, though. Was he the one who made that hole in the wall? Yeah. How? Timed explosives. It's a bomb with a timer and a detonator attached. You just set it to whatever time you like. You set it to whatever time you'd like it to go off. I do not understand all of what you said, but suffice to say, he used a device, correct? So he is not an esper. I have no further need to talk to you. Wait, does Ron have another of those things with him on the ship? And what if he does? You must not harm the others. I do not know what you are after, but we travel in the order of the world. Harm any of us, and you will bring the world and all its might down upon your head. Oh, really? I highly doubt the entity you call the world will bother to do anything, no matter what happens to you. How can you be so sure of that? Everything that happens aboard the Norn must be dealt with by the espers and the espers alone. You lot are being tested. What do you mean? They do this to test whether or not you are all worthy of making the decision. What on earth is this man babbling about? Shit that you don't know and need to listen to, bitch! He was clearly talking about the espers, but I am one of the espers, and I had no clue what he was referring to. Yeah, that's on purpose! You're not supposed to know! Is this his plan? Does he mean to confuse me by spouting meaningless babble at me? No, actually. Unfortunately, he has kidnapped you. So... I think take initiative is the correct plan. Hearing him out is probably the best answer, given what I know about his personality from just everything else. He is not a bad dude. He's just done some very bad, irredeemable things, no matter how good his reasons for doing the bad things were. Doing bad things for a good reason does not make the things not bad. He's still a very entertaining character. It's why he's one of my favorites. We have heard nothing about any of that. Tell me everything, from the beginning, spare no detail, else I will not believe a word. I could spend all night breaking it down for you, but I doubt you'd understand. Then explain it until I do. I hate when people blather on about things I do not understand and simply tell me that I would not get it. Yep, right answer. You're awfully snippy for a woman whose life is in my hands. You realize that's the situation you're in, right? I am the one known as the Guardian. I do not fear some nameless bandit with an exaggerated sense of self-worth. Oh, really? Well, if you enjoy breathing, Guardian, I suggest you learn one thing. Do not cross me. I'll say this much. I had plans to kill all of the espers, but if you play nice, I wouldn't be adverse to letting you live. Okay, he's not actually saying it, and I'm not going to read his thoughts out loud for him, but he doesn't actually want to kill all the espers. It is a step that he is prepared to take should he need it, and at the moment, at least before this moment, he saw no other option. He could not find another option for how to do what he is desperately trying, one of the major things he's desperately trying to do. However, because of this, new possibility is opened up, and he no longer needs to kill anyone. Except for this one bastard named Shiro, who is a horrible piece of shit who needs to die. For very, very good reason, this Shiro bastard needs to die. But, yeah. Secretly somewhere in the back of his brain that he's thinking, maybe I don't need to kill the espers after all. We'll see. It's still on the table, but it'd be preferable if I can avoid it. If I can bring them to my side, maybe. I won't need to. What? You must be mad. I would never allow you to kill any of the others. Wait, come back here. He locked me in. What an insufferable beast. What is that sound effect? I hate it. That is fabric flapping. That is not her pounding on things. Kill all the espers. What a fool. I would never let that happen. I have to think of something. Do something. That's gonna do it for this episode, fellow dragons. I'm gonna go eat something now. Probably something spicy as hell. Really? That's the line we're gonna start off with next episode? Okay. Alright, fellow dragons. See you next time. It's all up, so you could technically just keep going, but please take breaks. This series is long, and this round in particular is gonna be one of the longer ones. So, see you next time, fellow dragons. Bye!